Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is May 2nd, and if you guys would, click like and subscribe. And if you guys want to support the channel further, click on Join Member down below there near the description. So taking a look at the infrared satellite imagery today, you can see that system rolling through the Pacific Northwest. This is what's bringing the rainy conditions across the region today. Then we're going to get a nice day or two before another frontal system reaches the area on Thursday, and then a stronger system will reach the area. Looks like this weekend is a deep upper level trough with some really cold air. It's going to settle over the region here and continue our unsettled weather on in through the extended. We'll take a look at that in some detail as well. If you guys are headed out this morning to Hawaii, taking a plane from Seattle or Portland, and you guys see this instability around here, so it's going to enhance some of these trade showers across the region. Here's some strong trade winds, so heads up for that. If you go down to Hawaii, those trade showers are going to be a little stronger than normal. And you can see the intertropical convergence zone roaming across the equatorial region of the planet as per usual here. And taking a look at this is my site here for the Pacific Northwest Weather Watch store. You can get all kinds of stuff, mugs, hats, shirts, hoodies. There's all kinds of stuff in there. So I'll leave this link in the description below if you guys want to check that out. So looking around the rest of the country, the fire threat still happens to reside over the southern plains. I don't know how long that's going to go on for. There are getting some thunderstorms in the region, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to tamp out that fire threat. We've got some frost and freeze warnings across Northern California still, and we've got some blowing dust advisories across portions of Nevada. Kind of an unusual advisory there, as you can see here. This is for mainly north central Nevada here. So if you're driving down there, gusts to 60 miles per hour, and it can really reduce the visibility quickly in this blowing dust, as highlighted here by the Elko, Nevada National Weather Service. Now, looking around the rest of the country, moderate risk for severe weather across portions of Oklahoma up into Kansas. And you can see the marginal risk down here for portions of Idaho too, mainly a wind and hail threat. But you can never rule out a brief tornado with this activity here through Idaho today. And look at this tornado threat for north central Oklahoma, 15% hatch, chance of significant tornadoes across the region today. And here's day 2 coming up here, and you can see that severe threat pushes off to the east. And then day 3, they reintroduced the threat here for mainly Oklahoma down towards Texas on day 3. So severe weather season is going to continue for the next couple of weeks, especially across the Great Plains of Tornado Alley out here. Now back to the Pacific Northwest. Here's current. You can see the system, the frontal system moving through, bringing some precip all the way through eastern Washington and Oregon. Very nice. And you can see those thunderstorms moving through Idaho today. And we take a while to clear out here and get these residual showers out through this evening and tonight across much of the Pacific Northwest. And then you can see this precipitation doesn't seem to be far away, and we'll probably be getting some clouds from it, but we should have a dry day on Tuesday for much of the region. But some of this precipitation is already starting to impinge on the southern British Columbia area here in Vancouver Island. So we'll see how that goes out. We'll take a closer look at that tomorrow. But then you can see the frontal system finally start to swing through, and this will happen on the day Thursday. We'll take a look at that in some detail here coming up. Now looking here, this is a 2-meter temperature anomaly. So as we watch this, you can see the system moving through now, keeping us pretty cool across the region here. And then we have a couple of days where we're kind of on the fringe there, but nothing too extraordinary. And as the next system rolls through here Thursday, keeps us below average. And then you can see this cold air really settles over the region as we go on in through this weekend. I mean, check this out across portions of Oregon and Nevada and Northern California, and even Washington here too, well below average through this weekend. As you know, this La Nina spring is just taking a hold on the area. A very chilly April, and now May is getting off to a very chilly start as well. But we'll take a look at this system here rolling through this weekend across Pacific Northwest in detail in a moment. This is 5,000 feet temperature anomaly as well. You can see the system roll through Oregon, Washington, on into Idaho and through Nevada. That's what's going to bring that blowing dust across portions of Nevada. And now as we go into the extended a bit here, you can see there's Thursday system. Then a stronger cyclone will move into Vancouver Island, it looks like, on Friday. We'll take a look at that. That's not set in stone yet. We're still a few days away from that. But you can see the cold air just spread across the region here as we go on in through the weekend. A very, persistent, powerful upper-level trough looks to just dig out all the way down through Southern California and the southwest portions of the USA. So man, spring is just not arrived here in the Pacific Northwest yet. And this is looking at 10,000 feet here. This is yesterday's European run. There goes our system that's going through today. And then you can see maybe a break for a day or two before Thursday's frontal system rolls through. And then the deeper A deeper low will move through the region here as we go through the weekend, and some really cold air aloft is just going to dive down across the Pacific Northwest here through next weekend. Now, looking at the systems as they show from the European model here too, you can see Thursday system roll through here. And look at this deep low out here. I mean, this is more reminiscent of something we get in January here. This is a powerful low. And look at some of these gradients across the Oregon coast through western Washington, breezy to downright windy conditions at times this weekend. And look at this gradient. That's pretty strong. So we'll see if this continues to show. And yeah, I mean, this is just a crazy spring. Very unusual. And now looking at this here, you can see the wind field moving through today, bringing the breezy conditions to the Oregon coast. Thursday's system doesn't look like it's too windy, but it does bring some breezy conditions around, especially some southeast winds through the northern Puget Sound. And Puget Sound gets kind of breezy here during the day Thursday as well as the Oregon coast. But then look at this monster low pressure system out here coming through Thursday night as it moves through during the day Friday. Powerful winds for the Washington, Oregon coast, and really strong winds northern interior up towards the San Juans and areas close to the water, the Puget Sound. It would get really windy here. And look at the Puget Sound. You're probably going to get gusts close to 40 miles per hour with a system like this in early May, which is very unusual, highly unusual. I have never gotten a windstorm here in my house. 10 years, I've never recorded a wind at 39 miles per hour or higher during the month of May. So this would be highly unusual. Now, taking a look at this is accumulated max wind gust at 10 meters. And as we put this into motion here, you can see, here comes Friday's system there, and you can see some gusts towards 40 miles per hour, even higher for the South Sound there. Look at the Oregon coast, gusts up over 50 miles per hour. Same with Washington coast, maybe some gusts towards 50. Powerful surge down the Strait of Juan de Fuca, westerly surge impacting Whidbey Island here. Look at the higher terrains getting some really strong winds too. Just a winter-like system rolling through here this weekend that European is painting right now. So checking out the 18,000 foot general trough and mean ridge positions here. Here we go. There's the system going through today, and then kind of a dirty ridge kind of hanging on here during the day Tuesday and Wednesday before the next system rolls through Thursday, bringing a front. And then a much stronger system looks like it impacts the area as we go through the day Friday into this weekend. And then another reinforcing shot of cold air just blasts down into the southwest of the USA. And then maybe we can build a ridge up over the Pacific Northwest after this. So there's hope for the extended, as always. But a trough in this position would really spawn some pretty insane severe weather across much of Tornado Alley and the Great Plains here. So that's what I'll be watching to chase here going on into next week. But maybe we'll get some ridging here on in through the extended across Pacific Northwest. But that's too far out to be hanging your hat on at this point. Let's see if the GFS agrees. There goes today's system. A dirty ridge kind of hanging out, but clouds are never far away. The precipitation moves through again Thursday, and then a stronger system looks like it makes its way through Friday. GFS, some pretty good agreement there. And then as we go on in through the weekend, it kind of digs that out and doesn't really bring the reinforcing shot across the Pacific Northwest as much. But we'll continue to monitor that as the GFS builds a nice ridge offshore here going on into the following week. And look at this ridge. That would be really nice weather for the Pacific Northwest on into mid-May at this point. It kind of hangs out for a while too before troughing digs back down over the Pacific Ocean here. But we're getting way out ahead of ourselves here. But there is hope in the extended for some nice weather after a very cold upper-level trough moves through this weekend. This is the Canadian model here too. There goes today's system. Let's compare this. There's that dirty ridge hanging out for Tuesday, Wednesday for Thursday's frontal system. And you can see a really powerful storm here on the Canadian model as well. So there's pretty good model agreement on this system moving through Friday into the Pacific Northwest. And then the reinforcing shot moves across the area early Sunday morning. And this trough just digs out over the southwest into the extended here. And the ridge much farther offshore, according to the Canadian versus the GFS, as you can see. So a model discrepancy at the end of the runs, which is normal at this point. But we'll be watching that ridge for maybe building in after a powerful trough like this. We usually get some kind of ridging building back in over that. So we'll keep that in our sights here going into the next couple of days. But here's the GFS. You can see well below normal on in through this weekend. And then the warm-up with the GFS painting that ridge. We'd probably get warmer than this too. With the ridge in that position, we'd probably be well up into the 70s here at SeaTac. So there is hope for that, but we have to get through this portion here. But Tuesday and Wednesday might not be bad days as we get that dirty ridge protecting us from the systems for a couple days at least, and then back into the relative ice box here as we go on in through later this week on into the weekend. Here's the European. It shows that similar troughing, maybe a nice day on Wednesday, but that's still just around average temperatures here. Then well below average as we go on in through to early next week, and then maybe we'll bring some ridging back around the area on through next week. But that's getting way out there, and we're not going to hang our hat on that by any means. So yeah, after today, Tuesday, Wednesday, we might get decent days out of that before the frontal system returns Thursday, and another stronger one comes in Friday and on into the weekend. So we'll be watching that one. Hope you guys are enjoying the day. And like I said, if you guys would click like and subscribe, it really helps the channel. If you want to join, click that membership down below. And if you guys want to visit the shop, check out the description in the link below. So I think if I get 10,000 viewers, I'll be able to link that shop with the YouTube channel, which would help out quite a bit too. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow then, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy these nice couple of days before we return into the really chilly upper level trough. It's going to roll through this weekend. So I will talk to you guys later.